continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
For Stephen Cord, the defense of Rodney Harrington was the most important case in his legal career. But Rodney has been found guilty of murder in the second degree. And now, summoned by Rodney's grandfather, Martin Peyton, Stephen knows that he faces a sentence almost as serious as Rodney's.
Mr. Peyton? Ah, come in, Stephen. I've been thinking, Stephen, I didn't give you much of a present when you graduated Harvard. How would you like to tour the continent? Southern France is lovely in the spring. I think you'd enjoy it. I could also arrange for you to stay some time in London. Tom Howard, the jurist, and I went to the Rosé together. Understand he's hearing a fascinating trial, the Old Bailey, next month.
It's quite a consolation prize. It makes me wonder what you might have offered if I'd won. Thank you, but I have a trial of my own to get ready.
I'm afraid not, Stephen. I've secured the services of Gordon Ashley to take over Rodney's defense. This is the retainer. I'll need the dossier on the case, photographs, notes, and transcripts.
As much as you hate to be reminded of it, Mr. Peyton, Rodney is not your son. He's Leslie Harrington's. And as of this moment, Leslie Harrington is still retaining me as defense counsel.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you, Stephen. And don't make the mistake of looking to Leslie Harrington to support you in anything. When he finds out I've retained Gordon Ashley, you'll be the forgotten man. Now, you think about that trip and drop those papers by tomorrow.
I am not Ted Dow, Mr. Peyton, and I am not coming out of this ball game until I'm benched.
No, you are not, Ted Dow. You haven't the grace to step down when you're not wanted.
It's not a question of grace. Now, Mr. Harrington hired me, and he'll have to be the one to fire me.
Stephen? I've refrained from telling you everything I thought about the way you conducted that trial. I thought probably you'd already excoriated yourself, far above anything I could say. But I see now that your ego blinded you to your lack of capabilities. You conducted that trial on one note, a sour one.
And you gave it to me. Fortissimo. Destroy Stella Chernak. Yes, I played that one note because it's the right note. And Gordon Ashley or Clarence Darrow notwithstanding, it's the only hope that Rodney has.
You're beating a dead horse, Stephen. Maybe I did set you on the wrong track. But you knew the girl. You should have known her obsession was like a stone wall.
Stone walls have been known to crack.
Just what does that mean?
I found an old boyfriend of Stella's, Richard Jensen.
And you think his affection will sweep her off her feet?
Not his affection. They were involved in stealing some industrial secrets from a lab on the West Coast. Stella let Jensen take the rap. He's fresh out of prison, and I brought him here.
Your theory is that he wants revenge.
I know he does.
Setting a thief to catch a thief is a dangerous game, Stephen. And the kind of phony dramatics that is rapidly becoming your hallmark. Now you get those papers together for Ashley.
If you want to send that check to Ashley, I'll mail it for you. But you'd better find another case for him to try. This one's mine. I'm going to get your precious grandson acquitted, Mr. Peyton. And then you can send him to Europe. I'm sure he'll find the south of France lovely in the spring.
Operator.
Hello, this is Mr. Jensen, room 215. Could you connect me to Doctor's Hospital, please?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you.
Doctor's Hospital.
Hello. My name is Fred Blair. I'm a sales representative of the North Atlantic Drug Corporation. I would like to see a Dr. Michael Rossi. Could you tell me what his schedule is this afternoon, please?
Just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the clinic now. Surgery the rest of the morning.
I see.
He has house calls on his schedule for the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. And he won't get out of surgery until after 12.
That's right, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I leave a message?
Oh, no. No, that's all right. Yes, you've been very helpful, dear. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Pull through that snowball. You have a good arm.
I'll go deliver your message now if I'm excused.
Of course. You're excused.
Hi, Betty.
Hi.
Coffee?
Yes, and a minute of your time, please.
Okay, be right back. There you go.
Mr. Peyton wants you and Norman to come to dinner tonight. Don't be insulted that he didn't deliver the invitation himself. He never does.
I don't think we should go.
It's a command performance. You have to.
I've never been inside that house before. In fact, I've never met Mr. Peyton. It's like being invited to the White House to have dinner with the president. No, I mean it.
Well, he's your grandfather now. Or your grandfather-in-law. At any rate, you're part of the family. Rita, listen to me. When I was married to Rod, they called me Miss Betty all the time, and I let them. Now, I was too scared to say anything until it was too late. Then I forced Christine, the maid, to call me Mrs. Harrington just once. Just once to see what it sounded like. You are Mrs. Harrington. Mrs. Norman Harrington, right now. Whether Mr. Peyton or Mrs. Cord or the President of the United States likes it or not. Don't you let them convince you that you're not. And don't you let them call you Miss Rita. Don't you take any nonsense from Mr. Peyton or from Mrs. Cord. He'll like you better if you don't.
I'll try.
See you later, all right?
Thanks, Betty.
Mr. Peyton, may I help you with some books?
No, first I want to hear something about your daughter.
Allison?
Yes, before the trial, she was Rodney's, what do they call it? Steady, wasn't she?
They saw a great deal of each other, yes.
Now they see each other again. You think this is just a whim like that Joan of Arc haircut of hers?
I don't know, Mr. Peyton.
I'm simply asking her to Give him the support he needs and deserves. Her support. He needs to be able to count on that now.
Mr. Peyton, she's my daughter, not my slave. She's been reared to give or not give of her affections freely as she chooses.
Well, I'd like Lord Chesterfield's letters to his son, Pilgrim's Progress, Machiavelli's Prince. Now, how long do you think it'll take to order those?
Well, I think I have them in stock, except perhaps the Prince.
Has Allison read any of these?
Yes, I think she has. Maybe not the Prince. Do you want that one?
Yes, please. You can wrap the others, and Miss Anderson will call for them in a few minutes.
Mr. Peyton, the verdict must have been quite a shock for you. It was for all of us. He's a fine boy. This should never have happened to him.
We won't lose the appeal. Good day, Mrs. Carson.